Hello, welcome to Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantrell, Youth Services Director at the B.B. Comer Memorial Library here in Sylacauga. Before I get started, I want to thank TV47 and Robert especially for all they do to help us put on our program. Today, I'm very excited. I have a friend joining me today. This is Darlene Machen. Many of you may know her from Comer School, and that's kind of what we're going to talk about, your career, Darlene, and everything. I'm glad you're here. This is spring break for you, I know.
It is spring break, yes.
So thank you for getting up early today.
No problem.
Well, great. Well, we'll go ahead and just tell us a little bit about yourself. You're from Sylacauga, right?
Yes, born and raised, lived here all my life in Sylacauga.
Good, and you have a family here and everything.
I do.
Right.
I'm married to Henry Machen, and we have 3 daughters, Leah, Lindsay, and Laura, which are all here except for Laura, and she's in Chelsea. I have grandchildren, of course, and I teach at B.B. Comer.
All right. Now, I know I just learned a few minutes ago that you've not been at Comer the whole time.
No, my career of teaching began at Sycamore Elementary School on a stage. On a stage for about a week, and then they changed the library to the stage, and I went to the classroom as a kindergarten teacher.
Oh my goodness. I can't imagine having kindergarten students on a stage.
It was very difficult. We had to just maintain and keep them, in control.
Well, you do what you got to do. That's
you
great.
Do when you teach, yes.
School was growing. That's
yes,
right.
It was like a 6 weeks in. Actually, my daughter was 6 weeks old when I started teaching.
Wow.
So, yes.
My goodness. And you've been teaching how many years?
This is year 36.
Oh my goodness. I am just so impressed with that.
Well,
you must love
teaching. I love what I do. I love teaching children.
Great. Well, you started with the kindergarten children. What grades have you taught?
Well, really kindergarten. And when I went to Comer, after 5 years at Sycamore, I went to Comer and taught first grade for 1 year in a trailer because that was a position that they needed. That we had already started the school year, so we went after Labor Day. I started teaching first grade in a trailer at B.B. Comer, and then the next year I went back to kindergarten. So it's been kindergarten except for that 1 year, and then the past 2 years I've taught pre-K.
Oh my goodness, that's quite a difference, I guess.
It is.
I guess maybe you wouldn't think it would be that big a change from kindergarten to pre-K, but I'm sure it is.
The day I went in the classroom, I was thinking in pre-K, I thought, oh, there's not going to be much difference between, their attention level. But 5 minutes on the rug, I realized, oh yes, there's a difference between their attention span, because kindergartners, 5-year-olds are a little bit more capable of sitting on the floor. The pre-K was like, 5 minutes and they were ready to get back up and go.
Oh, wow.
But over the year, their attention span gets a little bit better, that they can stay a little bit longer on the rug. But it's just, it's just wonderful to teach children.
It is.
It is. It's great.
I know. Well, so you're part of the Alabama pre-K program that they have here in town, and I hear such wonderful things about it, and I've talked to some other ladies who teach in it, and they absolutely love it too. It's a lot of hands-on activities, isn't it?
It is a lot of hands-on with manipulatives, and we've tried to develop the fine motor skills and as far as the gross motor skills as well. We throw the language, math. You still have to have those things in to get them prepared for kindergarten. But it's just a wonderful program for children. They've never been exposed to. Some of them never been exposed to in a classroom, and it just gives them opportunity to grow socially.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the big thing, is trying to get them prepared to be able to be in a classroom with other children, because some of them are not with other children at times, and so that gives them opportunity to play. And they express their feelings. That's one of the things we try to do, is to teach them to express their feelings without getting upset.
So, don't we all need that?
We do need that.
Our society needs that. That is great. I guess I hear from what you're saying, it's getting them ready to go to school.
It is.
I mean, they are at school, but getting them ready to go to school and to learn.
Yes, it is.
That is great. That's great.
And one of the things we have, there's 2 teachers in the classroom. There's a lead teacher, I'm the lead teacher because I have a degree in early childhood, and then we have an auxiliary teacher, and the auxiliary teacher has to have 3 hours of early childhood classes, or they have to have a child development certification.
I've heard of that. That's wonderful for people who think for girls in school that think they might want to teach. Get that what's it called? That child
development certification.
Child development certification.
And then last year we had some students from Sylacauga High School that were working toward that child development, and they would come into the classroom for about an hour every day.
Yes.
And just work with the kids, and you just see if that's really what they wanted to do. Because it's just give them an opportunity to see.
Yeah.
It did.
That is a great way to see if that's what you want to do, just like you said, or if it's what you don't want to do. Sometimes that's just as valuable information.
You know, and I was lucky enough that my degree was in early childhood.
Okay.
My master's was in early childhood.
Yes. All right. Now tell me where you went to school. Did you
I went to the University of Montevallo. And I had a BS degree in elementary and early childhood.
Okay.
And then I decided after teaching kindergarten that I wanted my master's to be in early childhood. Right. So I could teach pre-K as well. Good. And then later on, I took a few classes at Jacksonville for my EDS degree, and then went back to Montevallo because Talladega County offered a co-op for our EDS.
Great.
So
that's great.
I enjoyed that. So.
Now, you graduated from Comer also.
I did, yes.
How was it going back home to teach?
It was absolutely wonderful because when I got back to B.B. Comer, there were still teachers that I had in high school. And so that was just, a funny feeling going up to them and saying, here I am, after, things that we had went through in high school. And then being there working with people that had taught me. Yeah. It was just, it's amazing. It was just that's where my love for teaching began. The love for kids. There would be children that would be outside when we were in high school, and you would see them, and I'm thinking, oh, this is what I want to do. I want to go back and make an impact on these children the way the teachers have impacted my life.
Wow. Well, that's a neat way to look at it. And you have made an impact. At work,
so.
I have people that come in and say, oh, we had Miss Machen.
I hope so.
I'm in Miss Machen's class or something. They're always in getting books. So thank you for encouraging them to read, too.
Yes.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Great. We're going to pause for a commercial break, and we'll be right back to talk with Darlene.
Home making you sick? Moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions can remedy any mold or mildew problem in your home. It's time to get strong. How strong? Ox Strong. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Sylacauga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room, to surgery, to cancer treatment, to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Sylacauga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by and see us today. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
Welcome back to Library Connection. I'm talking with Darlene Machen, who is a pre-K teacher at B.B. Comer Elementary School here in Sylacauga, and she's been there, 30-something years, been teaching that long. That is interesting. I just love that. Now, you talked about going back to Comer School and how that was fun. I never thought of it really teaching with with people who taught you, who instilled that love of teaching. I still think that's a neat idea. How has Comer School changed over the years? I know a lot.
It has changed a lot. I think the biggest change for me would be the technology initiative.
Yes.
Talladega County school systems were one of the first to go total technology for K-12.
Right.
And I had to learn a lot as well because, it gave opportunity for children that didn't have access to computers, iPads at their home, to have them in the classroom. The students were able to take the computers in the upper grades home, and they learned, research skills. It was used for motivation because, you get to use the computer to help you with your schoolwork. Right. And, it also remediation if children needed to do games of like alphabet games for us. We
Yes.
used iPads in kindergarten. You know, it just reinforced what we were teaching in the classroom. It doesn't replace the teacher. That's one of the biggest things. You know, it doesn't replace the teacher. The teacher still has to have that one-to-one interaction with the children.
Sure.
But it just offers so many. In the 21st century, that's what they had to get used to.
Yes.
They had to be able to.
They've got to have those skills.
Yeah, they do. They
how
have to know how to use the computers and the technology, because that's what our world is now.
That's true. And during COVID, we've really learned that, haven't
We
we?
did. And that's where the learning for the teacher came in too, with all the virtual lessons online. Yes.
Well, I know this was several years ago. A student came upstairs with his parents at the library, and he had not really liked to read, didn't really enjoy it, so he maybe wasn't a good reader, but his mom said he's found out he can read on the computer.
Yes.
And he loved it. And I thought, awesome. If that motivates you to read, because I get to read on the computer, reading is reading. So
Right,
that's great.
right.
That is fun. That is a good way to help them.
You know, and it also gives some opportunity they can follow along as the stories are read to them in the younger grades. So, you know, it just teaches
Well,
everything.
I'm glad you said that. We have an app, Libby by Overdrive, and it has books just like that. And we have some. Come into the library, I can show you some of those. We have CDs that go with books and things, and that is a lot of fun. It helps them
is.
learn to read fluently and to follow along, so that's a lot of fun. So I know we would agree that reading is important.
Very important.
I know
Very
you
important.
read to your classes
Do,
all the
yes.
time.
Love
How
it.
fun. I know they love it.
It is.
I love it. Now, what other kinds of things do you teach in pre-K? I know we talked about having them getting ready for school, expressing their emotions and things like that. What are some things you might do in the classroom?
Okay, when a child may get upset, you know, we just teach them to think about what they're doing and why they're upset, and express their why they're upset to
their
another
emotions.
person, their emotions to someone. Like, we have a child that gets upset sometime, and we will go over and we'll talk to her, and just touching a child sometime helps them calm down. And let them know that, hey, you're not by yourself, someone's with you, and try to, you know, we get them to say, okay, what's wrong? Why are you upset? And instead of, you know, just going to the child and say, I'm mad at you, you know, just go into them and say, hey, you hurt my feelings because you didn't let me play with you. That's the biggest thing. They won't be my friend in pre-K. They won't be my friend. But we try to teach family. At pre-K is a family where we all learn to get along with each other, and we care about each other, and we care about how they feel, and you know, we just try not to hurt each other's feelings. And when we do, you know, we're able to say, hey, you know, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. Just teaching them those coping skills as they get older that they're going to need.
Wow. I know that has been taught in school before, but I feel like you guys are making intentionally
Yes,
teaching
we are.
that, and that is great at such a young age. I'd like to see when all these children who've been taught this in pre-K get on up in high school and are adults, what valuable skills.
Yes.
Our whole country needs that right
we
now.
do right now.
That's
we do.
great. Now, what other kind of things do you do? I know you have a lot of hands-on activities and things like that.
Well, we teach numbers and letters and colors, but we do it through play and songs.
That's great.
You know, and then they're able to go to the different centers. Like, we have a literacy center where they can find letters and try to spell their name. Counting, lots of counting activities where they just say, there's a number, they count the count.
Oh, you
how
know,
many
we had,
pegs.
you
We do
sent me
have some
some, let's
pictures,
pull
yes.
those up, pull up those pictures and tell us what's going on here.
Okay, this is in the manipulative center, the blocks, and the children had built a spaceship. And the little boy told me, I built a big spaceship and we're going to space, and all the gadgets are going to help me blast off to space.
How fun.
Well, in turn, the other little girl right here holding the paper, she drew a map. And she came over and she said, this is my map of where we're going in space. We're going to have to jump through hula hoops. We're going to have to go to fire dragons to help us find the hidden treasure in space. So that's one of the things that pre-K helps do. It develops their, you know, their ways of expression. They can, if they can build it, they can talk it. You know, they have to be able to tell about it. This is our home living center, our dramatic play center, and we've been talking about animals. Farm animals, zoo animals, and so we turned our home living into a veterinarian office, and so this is one of the little girls, and she's checking out the monkeys. Okay, this is one of the teaching opportunities. We were talking about the classifying animals. So what we did, we classified all the zoo animals by the kind that they were, and then we went back and we zoo animals with spots, zoo animals with stripes. So that's just math skills, classifying.
Yes, sorting and all that.
Literacy Center, Gigi, that's his grandmother. He was so proud that he found the letters to spell his grandmother's name, what he called her, and then he wanted me to write "I love you." So he was looking for the letters "I love you" in the box. Yes,
that is precious.
It's wonderful. And there we go, sorting animals. They took back what they had learned in whole group and went to the math center and were classifying the animals.
I see they've got them together, the like animals
Yes.
together. Great. And we think that's so simple, but it's really, you've got to do it. You've got to sort them,
And this was just an opportunity. We took the names of the zoo animals. I wrote them on the board. We counted the letters, and then they had to match on their 10 frame. They had to match like lion, 4 letters. They had to put 4 cubes on the 10 frame.
Okay, wow.
This, the veterinarian clinic.
How fun.
And there they are dressed up.
Oh, goodness.
Writing their name. And like I said, the veterinarian clinic again.
Right.
Okay, this is one of the things, sharing, helping each other, taking care of each other. She was having a hard time getting the little jacket button, so one of the other little girls helped her. So, that's what we're doing. We're trying to teach cooperation, helping each other, caring about each other's feelings.
Yes. That is wonderful. And I see them working together. I mean, not necessarily just helping each other, but working together. You're drawing it, I'm making the map. We are going places. Boy, that is a skill that we need to learn. And you don't just have it. You have to learn it.
You have to, yes.
Oh, and that is great. What a great way to learn that,
It's so
all
much
of them.
fun.
Oh, I know
So
it
much
is.
fun.
That is so fun. We're going to pause for another commercial break, and we'll be right back and talk some more with Darlene.
Home making you sick? Moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions can remedy any mold or mildew problem in your home. It's time to get strong. How strong? Ox Strong. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Silicaga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room to surgery to cancer treatment to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Silicaga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
Marble City Pharmacy in Silicaga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by and see us today. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
Hi, welcome back. I'm talking with Darlene Machen, who has been at Comer School for several years teaching, teaching pre-K now. I know, and that's such a fun age. Now, y'all have already had registration for next year's pre-K program.
We have.
Is that correct? Are you full or?
We are not, and all they have to do is go onto the website and register because we have available spots.
Okay, and this is for 4-year-olds,
For
right?
4-year-olds, yes.
They will be in kindergarten the following year.
Yes, and kindergarten registration will be coming up in April.
Oh, okay. Yes, great. Now I know COVID changed a lot of things too, but
did,
y'all are
yes.
still meeting, and you said your group came back.
Yes.
Y'all were split first.
We were.
Black and gold.
Yes, black and gold team. On Monday, I had 17 children come in my classroom, and it was just amazing. I thought, well, we're going to have some problems with, where each one of them sit, and because they had some of the same spots with 2 groups, but it was like the children had been together all year long. There wasn't any problem with anything like
And
that.
they really haven't been together at all this
Well,
year,
I
have they?
had 3 children that were in class every day because of teacher
Yeah.
and kids and everything. And so we've had those 3 with both groups, but it was like all 17 had been together all year long. It was just, it was
Wow.
amazing, because I thought we're going to have some problems because of this is my spot,
Sure,
but there was
yeah.
not any.
Oh,
No
that's
problems at all. I
great.
was very
That's-
pleased with them.
That is great. That's
Yes,
great.
It was very good.
I know we talked about a lot of the things you teach. I've got here the Office of School Readiness defines school readiness, which is what I think you focus on, as a condition whereby children enter school with an enthusiasm for learning.
Yes,
Do you
yes.
see that?
I do. You know, we just have to provide the opportunity for children to gain that enthusiasm about school by giving them a caring, loving, nurturing environment.
Right.
And in pre-K, a lot of it is through centers and through play, but you know, just being there for them, because with 2 teachers in the classroom, each one of them has our attention. You know, it's not
Right.
like one teacher with 25 kids, or
Right.
because we have a 18 cap.
Okay.
So there's 2 teachers with 18 children, and you know, we give them individual attention all day long, and that's what they need. They need that.
And I know it looks like play, but it's their work. Play is
They're
work. for them.
It is at 4-year-old.
Oh,
4-year-olds learn through play.
That's great.
Yes.
And you make it fun.
I
know. You do. Another thing is an ability to function in a social setting. And we've already talked a lot about
we
that.
have.
The things they're learning. I like that you said you're a family.
We are.
That
And
is fun.
that's what we teach. You know, we're all one family. What hurts one hurts the other, and what, you know, the love that we show each other, and they learn that in pre-K.
That's
you know,
great.
that we care about each other, because it's been very hard this year, because you know, they're not able to hug, because 4-year-olds want to hug.
Oh,
they want to
yes.
touch everything, that they're around everybody, and that's been hard, you know, but hopefully in the next few months things will get back to where it's supposed to be, where they can touch and we can love on them the way we need to. You know, you still, you know, even though you can't a lot, but you still give that baby a hug when they need it.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. That's what they need at
They
the time.
need it. Yes,
right.
they do.
Age-appropriate communication and problem-solving skills. Saw a lot of that in the pictures we showed. What about optimal health? What is that?
We provide health screening for each child at the beginning of the school year and throughout the year. Jacksonville State's nursing program came in, and they would do blood pressure, height, weight, you know, just different things for a health screening.
Yes.
And then throughout the year we have the dental screening
really?
and
Great.
hearing, as well as vision screening throughout the year.
Oh wow! And what a great thing to be able to catch any
It is.
problems
Yes,
that
yes, it
early.
is.
Because if you don't catch those vision problems and things early,
And like I've had 2 that through the screening went and got glasses. So you know, they
wow.
provided the mom said my baby needs glasses. So that, you know, that was really good for them.
that is great. Well, that's all that y'all are doing. What can parents do to help their children to get ready for pre-K or get ready to learn, enjoy learning? That's kind of a wide open
Yeah, it
question,
is.
I know.
Talk to your children. You know, let them know that you care about what they're doing, not only in school, but just whatever they're doing at home. You know, you can't just, you have to be involved. You have to let your child know that you care about their education by talking to them, asking them about their day, reading. Reading is probably one of the most important things that you can do. Is read to your child. You know, let them know that you value education.
Oh,
And
yes,
through
that's a big
reading
one.
and just, you know, talking to them, because they have to be talked to every day. You know, you just can't put them in the car and say, here we go, and you have to communicate. It's, you know, just like we communicate, it's important for parents to communicate with their children. Let them know that they care about what they're learning.
That's true. I think a lot of parents don't realize how sometimes it's very easy just to, you know, you're counting things. We're going to set the table. How many do we need?
Yes.
That's teaching, but it's also can be fun. You can make it fun.
We sent home a bag through the pre-K program, and books were in the bag, you know, so
Good,
please
yeah.
read, as well as manipulatives that they could write, dry erase boards, counting activities. We added alphabet and number cards, you know, just go through the house on a, you know, okay, let's see what begins with, you know, there's lots of things that they can find, or different letters that we're talking about, counting. Let's see, like you were saying, let's count how many forks we need today, one for each person at the table, you know, just anything that there's things in the house that you can count. You can find letters in newspapers and, you know, just whatever. Just help them develop those skills.
How fun, how fun. Let's see, there's a lot of things parents can do then that are just everyday things. You don't necessarily have to sit at the table with pencil
writing
and
down
paper.
the road, you know. What does that sign say? Burger King, you know, they can read.
Oh, yeah.
Environmental print is big, you know.
McDonald's, Burger King,
Exactly.
Walmart, those kind of things.
Chick-fil-A, yes.
Oh, yes, they're going to know that.
They know those
that's
things.
Definitely
and
true.
that's just the beginning process of learning to read, you know, being able to recognize those things in print.
That's reading. So
It
to
is
speak.
reading, yes.
Yeah, it is reading.
It is.
Great. Well, and I'd encourage you to come get some books
Yes,
from
yes.
us. How fun. What do you enjoy most about your job? Maybe you've already said that. I know,
when they come to you at that early age, they're like sponges. They're absorbing everything that you say to them, everything that you're teaching them. It's just the excitement of seeing it on their face when they can write their name like they write their name, and you give them the praise and those smiles that come on their face. It's like, I did something, you know.
Oh, wow.
And having that joy, that knowing that you help provide that for them. You're the one that's helping them learn, and it's just probably the most rewarding feeling that you can have.
Yes. Have you enjoyed seeing your former students grow up? And
yes, yes, I have.
I know.
I had one. She teaches, and well, she don't teach, but she's the secretary in the high school. She came back to me and she said, I remember making those bird nests out of Rice Krispies in kindergarten. And that was one of my first few years of teaching at Sycamore. And I thought, wow, you know, just the little things make an impact that they remember. So it's just, you know, it's just wonderful teaching kids. And then I've taught them, and now I'm teaching their children, so I call them my grandchildren.
Oh, I bet. Now
I won't teach my great-grandchildren from these, but I will teach a few more grandchildren, I think.
Oh, my goodness. Well, now I'll ask you, what are your plans for the future? I know you don't know how long you want to teach. I think you need to keep going long as you can.
That's my plan. I do. I plan to teach. I have a granddaughter that goes with me to school, and she has 4 more years, and I plan to try to teach 4 more years. Because, you know, as long as God gives me the ability to teach and I still love it, and I do, I love what I do, then I'm going to continue teaching.
That's awesome. That's what we need.
Yes.
People who teach like you who love it. And there are a lot of you around. I know you'll have a great staff at BB Comer.
We do.
Yeah. Have some of them been there several years like you have?
There's a few of us left.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not many, but you know, with new teachers are coming in, and we're just trying to, you know, get them to develop that love that we have for BB Comer.
I know you will. That's a great school. Yes, well, gosh, thank you, Darlene, for coming in on your spring break day off.
Not a problem. I've enjoyed this. I thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. But I appreciate you sharing about your love of teaching and children and for all you're doing for our pre-K program.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Well, thank you for joining us on Library Connection.